Okay, hey, welcome to Nerd Jock Talk. I am a little peeved right now. Driving home, was listening to LeBron, Kevin Durant make their picks for their all-star teams. And the Inside TNT guys, they're right on. They're spot on. That's slanderous to be not picking Rudy Gobert or Donovan Mitchell earlier than last. I mean, come on. Donovan is such a better scorer and bouncer and dunker than more than half of the people on this list. He is all-star material. Rudy Gobert, last year, he had, no joke, the arguably second best game of anybody on the All-Star team until their coach inexplicably benched him for the last 5 minutes, and then they lost the game because they benched him. But he was having the best game. He was connecting with lobs with Trey what's his last name? Trey out of Atlanta Hawks. Can't think of his last name all of a sudden. But they were connected on lobs left and right. He was blocking shots. He was playing defense, because he is the two-time defending. He's not the defending. Sorry, he is a two-time defensive Player of the Year award winner, but he didn't win it last year, so I can't say defending. But anyway, he has won that and 2 times in his career, and he's a front runner to win it this year. We are in the first. I say we. I'm a big Jazz fan, if you couldn't tell already. So I'm doing the royal we here. I apologize. I know people hate when people do that, but the Jazz have won the most games in anyone in the NBA and have the least amount of losses out of everybody in the NBA. They are solidly in first place. They are minimum 3 game cushion right now to second place, and that means that if they continue to play at a pace of win 2 games, lose 1 game, win 2 games, lose 1 game, that's 66%. And the second and third place teams, if they win 3 games, lose 1 game, win 3 games, lose 1 game, that's 75%. If they go 66 and the next 2 go 75, we're still in first place. That is a actual solid lead that we have right now. And we're not going to go 66% the rest of the year. I guarantee we'll go 70 or higher. We are playing on our game right now. We're getting screwed by the refs right now, unfortunately, which, welcome to Utah. I was born and raised in Utah, and after living in San Diego and then Florida and now back to Utah, I have first-handedly seen how small market teams are treated versus big market teams. Los Angeles Lakers and Clippers in SoCal, Orlando Magic, Miami Heat, they are treated so much differently than the small market Jazz when it comes to just basic respect calls. It literally seems as if every single time a referee is reffing the Jazz, they either decide to let this game be a punching match and let people get injured because they don't want to protect the players for some reason, or they are completely the opposite and call everything against the Jazz and really not much against the opponents. Now, here's the deal. You're always going to see that the Jazz get at least the same, if not even more calls on that box score, but you have to look at the type of calls we're getting. The Utah Jazz have as part of their game plan that if the other team is sprinting down for a fast break and we don't have the defense ready for that, we foul. So we're going to have more fouls called against us normally. But so I get that. I get that that's normally the case, but we're getting either no calls, no fouls called, period, where we are just getting hammered every time we go to the rim or shoot a jump shot, or they are calling us for absolutely everything and then not anything, and they will wave the white flag for the other team. So I'm getting a little sick of it. First and foremost, the reason Donovan was really mad, the straw that broke the camel's back last game, did anybody see that he got his arm raked on that last second shot? He shot a 3. We got the offensive rebound. They passed it out. He brought it back over to the corner. He shot a 3, and Ben Simmons slapped him on his arm. Look at the replay. It's in the corner of the screen. I know that's hard to see, but I'm telling you, he hit him hard, made his shot go off the front of the rim from the side. Donovan's not off that bad. If I've watched Donovan enough, if he's off long. So that would have gone off the back of, he's shooting a side shot, so it would have gone off the back of the rim and either bounced up or bounced continuing to go that direction. No, this ball hit the front of the rim and bounced forward. That is not a sign of Donovan missing a normal shot, because he either is dead on or long. He's not left to right. That's just not how he misses shots. I've reviewed and researched his shot like probably more than any other person I've ever done, minus Kobe Bryant, which I did to probably an unhealthy extent back in 2006 through 2008. But anyway, that's beside the point. I don't want to dig too deep into my Lakers obsession back then. But yeah, so they got completely snubbed by, obviously they are chosen because you have to be chosen, but they were completely snubbed by the two quote-unquote captains, LeBron and KD. It makes me wonder, when Rudy Gobert and Donovan had their little airing their grievances, I think is the way I will say it. Their expletive-laced airing of grievances. I wonder what that conversation is like amongst the players in the league. They probably don't like that, because my gut tells me that they are enjoying the advantage that they get as being a large market team. KD in New York, LeBron in Los Angeles. And my guess is that they don't want this to be brought to attention by the league, by the officials. They want to continue to soak in the glory that is easy calls for them. I cannot imagine that they are cool with Rudy and Donovan saying what they said. They haven't said anything publicly about it. I wonder what that conversation is in the locker rooms and in their text circles. What are they saying? Because I can't imagine it's positive. I can't imagine they're on the side of Rudy and Don on this. They've, with the exception of LeBron in Cleveland and the exception of KD in Oklahoma City, they have they've now been made, KD was in now Golden State, LeBron was in Miami. Like, they've been in large markets for a long time, for the, maybe not the majority of their careers, because LeBron was in Cleveland for quite some time, KD was in OKC for quite some time, but they don't care about them. Literally, these star players do this. They will use the small market team as a springboard to get to a big market, period. End of report. They do not care about the fan base. They do not care. Like, the only reason they care about the fan base is they hope they still sell jerseys there. But that's just monetary. That's just money. They don't care about the fan bases where they left behind. LeBron James, with all his work that he does in Cleveland, that's a little bit different for the main reason that he calls that home there. KD wasn't home. That OKC wasn't his home. So there is a difference there in how they are feeling towards small market towns. But I'll just say this. There better be a bit of a kumbaya session in the All-Star locker rooms. There better be some apologies. There better be something, because that was a crazy disrespect to the two All-Stars that came from the best team in the league right now. That is some amazing disrespect, the likes of which I don't think I've seen before. I don't think I've ever seen. Well, I can't even say that, because this choosing of teams on the All-Star game has only been happening for what now? 1 year, 2 years? So I guess there is no precedence. But I can't imagine that you would not want the leaders of the best team in the league on your team. Having them last, I'm sorry. The people that should have been last, no offense, kind of offense, but the people who should have been last was Nikola Vucevic. He's a good big man. He's not Rudy Gobert. He's nowhere close to Rudy Gobert. He's what I would refer to as an Al Horford type. Al Horford loves to shoot the three, and he can mix it up down low. And Al Horford in his prime, not Al Horford now. Al Horford now is garbage. I don't even think he's playing right now. Now that I'm thinking about Al's name, I can't imagine what team he's on right now, because he's not on the Celtics anymore. And was he on Minnesota? I think he may have been traded to Minnesota, but I don't know where he is right now. But anyway, yeah, he's garbage now. But I'm saying, like, Nikola Vucevic in his prime versus Al Horford in his prime, I see that as a good comparison. However, he's not Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is elite. I know that he's not a fantastic dribbler, and I know that he's not a amazing outside shooter at even. He's not even an average outside shooter. But what his elite skill is getting position and being able to get up and dunk all over people. That is an elite skill. He has another elite skill. He can read the ball handler to be able to get in position for either a lob or a rebound. That is an elite skill, to be able to read your ball handler, period. And then Donovan. I mean, I don't even have to say a dang word about Donovan. You know dang well that he deserved to be at probably the second or third pick in that reserve category. Second or third. The fact that he was second to last to Rudy, garbage. Absolute garbage. He can and has dunked over every single person in this league. Nobody can stop him. Joel Embiid, with his cocky, mocking attitude yesterday, tried to stop a dunk, and it still went in. So there needs to be some sort of a kumbaya, some sort of a come-together moment. Otherwise, there's going to be some drama on these all-star teams. And with Quinn Snyder as head coach, I've seen funny things in the Utah Jazz groups that he should bench LeBron and things like that. No, that'd be hilarious, but it's not going to happen. The All-Star game is for the fans. And you know what? The fans might not be a fan of Rudy and Donovan right now. They might not. But guess what? These are the fun games where the players can earn new fans. And by not playing them, or by completely being a jerk to them, and not passing them the ball or whatever, and not being able to showcase what they can do, they're not going to get new fans. This is how they do that. And coming from a small market where we get very little national press and national publication, even being the number one team in the league, we still get less than the New York Knicks. It's crazy. So my gut tells me that if they don't come up with some sort of plan to come together and apologize and say it was all for TV or it was all for this or that, and they pass them the ball and they let them showcase their stuff and they get at least 15 minutes in that game, if that doesn't happen, then I have 2 words for the rest of the NBA. Go home. The Jazz are going to steamroll you guys. Go home. Don't even show up. Because I promise you, there will be... Rudy already, at being the 27th pick in the draft, is already living with a chip on his shoulder. You don't think that this would add to that chip and make him want to just dominate people even more? You don't think that this is doing that to Donovan? I guarantee you that this is just adding to that narrative in their minds, saying, we get no respect. We get absolutely zero respect. We're going to destroy you guys. So if you don't do this kumbaya, you are writing your own death sentence that you will not even sniff the NBA Finals. The Jazz are going to steamroll you guys. That's all I got to say. Take note. Go Jazz. And this has been a rant from Nerd Jock Talk. Have a good day.